Hey there, Chad Boeninger here for Ohio University Libraries. Several of the business students are currently working on a project where they're now analyzing the feasibility of bringing a crepe and bakery and coffee and cafe kind of franchise to Athens, Ohio. This video shows you how to use SimplyMap to get good local data on whether people are good consumers of that kind of product or not at our local level. So this video shows you how to use SimplyMap to find Simmons data to analyze your local market for those various product categories. So here you go.
So when you first get the SimplyMap, you'll find this page. What you want to do first is create an account, and that will allow you to actually save your work for later, because what you'll find is it may take a considerable amount of time to actually build a good search in SimplyMap. So I want to sign in here. And on the next page, if you've never created a report in SimplyMap before, you'll get a page that looks just like this. And you can do a couple different things. You can go up here and choose what you want to do. You can click on Launch Standard Report Wizard. You can click Start Here. You can even open a new tab. Sometimes I actually prefer to open a new tab and just click on Create a New Tab and then do a standard report, because this gives you actually definitions of what you're looking at here. So I'm going to do a standard report for my purposes for this demonstration. And then you can click on Launch Standard Report Wizard. And the first thing it asks you to do is do your locations. And I'm going to do counties. I'm going to choose Ohio, and then we'll choose Athens County, Ohio, and use this location. Then it goes over here and says choose your variables. So I'm going to click on variables here. And for the purpose of the project that the clusters are currently working on with the smoothie and crepe and coffee shop deal, most of the information we'll look for is in the Simmons local area. So I'm going to click on Simmons local. And you can see there's all kinds of places we can find information in here. So if we go down and look at things like, let's just do beverages, non-alcoholic drinks. There's you can actually click on coffee drinks, ready to drink. I'm actually going to close that there so we have more room. And coffee drinks, do you drink? And let's see. Percent that says yes, we can click on use this variable and it will add that to our list down there. And let's do you drink coffee drinks, use this variable. And if we close this out, we can go over here and see how Athens County compares to the USA. Okay, if we want to, we can add another location. So let's say we want to compare a state, and let's compare let's compare a city and Alabama, and let's say we want to compare Athens County, Ohio to, I don't know, let's do Birmingham, Alabama. And then click use this location. And we go over here and we see that now we're comparing Athens County to Birmingham, Alabama. If we wanted to, of course, we're just looking at two variables there. If we want to add more variables, we go over here and click on variables. And here's how you kind of have to shop around a little bit to see what you're looking for, to see how what might apply to your particular project. Let's say we go under and we see that there are, under food general, there is, if we scroll down some, we see that there are liquid nutritional supplement breakfast, which looks pretty interesting. I'll move this over. If you're looking to open up a smoothie shop, maybe you want to look at things like, liquid breakfast consumption. And so if we go down and say, let's look at number of cans consumed in the last 30 days. And let's narrow that over there a little bit. And you can see number of cans consumed. I'm going to use percentages here. That way I can compare Athens, Ohio, which is a small town, to Birmingham, Alabama, which is a big town. So we use percentages. We can get information like this. I'm just going to keep on clicking, use this variable, and just to kind of show you what kind of data you can find here. Use this variable. Now you might also look at down here. There is not only beverages, there's also daily activity. So if you want to know, like for example, between 9 and 9:59, where people are. Where were you? What were you doing? Who were you with? So we do this. Let's click on elsewhere, because they're not at home, they're not traveling. And maybe you want to know what percentage we're at a restaurant, bar, pub, or cafe. It could be useful to look at potential times of being open for your store, or potential locations, things like that. So you can kind of see information that's available there. Now we close that, and all the criteria we selected, comparing Birmingham, Alabama to USA to Athens County, Ohio, are there. So what you might want to do is compare Athens County, Ohio to locations that you know of other stores, other banana stove stores, franchises. As an example, we could go in to SimplyMap and add in the locations of these cities: Doral, Florida, St. Cloud, Florida, Miami, Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, Wellington, Florida, and get other information there and compare the information we have for our community and compare it to their community as well. So we'd go in and say, let's say for example, here's Doral, Florida. Let's go back over to SimplyMap, do locations. Let's do cities, and we'll do Florida. And we can go down and grab Doral, Florida, and then use this location and do that for all the various franchises we know of, and we can compare what we know about Athens with Doral or Doral, however you say that, Florida. So we can't see how many crepes they consume in Doral, Florida, but we can get other things like coffee consumption, daily activity, things like that might be worth looking at. So good way to compare information there. You can also create a map of some variables as well. If you do the map wizard, will allow you to do variables, and what you can do is actually go under, and let's close out of that and click on recent. It will allow us to pull up some of the information there. So if we go in and say, let's look at percent who are in a restaurant, cafe, bar, we can use this variable, and it's going to go and do a map for us. We can do we can drill down if we want to, and get closer, get over here, get closer to our region. And right now it kind of centers on the center of the country there. If we want to, you can move it over to your state. Lots of different options you can do here. Right now we're viewing by county. If we want to, you can go under locations and then do states, and let's just do Ohio, use this location, and it zooms to Ohio there. So then we can look at various percentages. This is just one example of how to look at that kind of data there. If you want to, you can go in and edit your legend, change the colors if you like, things like that, and then also go in and export your map as a GIF image to paste into a PowerPoint presentation, as a PDF, that sort of thing. I also failed to mention under your standard report on the other page, you can actually go under and download the table as an Excel file or CSV file if you want to do that as well. So those are two ways you could use SimplyMap for this particular project.
So SimplyMap can be admittedly a pretty complicated database. Sometimes it's not quite so simply, but hopefully this video helps you find the information you need to do better on your project and get better data for your feasibility study. So if you need more help, look for the contact link on the business blog. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Take care and have a great day.